Hello guys, you're welcome to GH Libya TV. Um, in fact, it has been a while. Yesterday we tried to make this particular program available, but due to the problems and the situation over here, we couldn't make it. So we proposed or we decided to come on your way today. But yet, so we're having problem in our lighting system over here. That is why we couldn't start at the time we promised. So we apologize our cherished viewers and our followers for not making in time. As we said yesterday, we are going to discuss about the foreigners in Libya, or the migrants, especially the situation in Libya here. Sometimes most of us, we complain a lot, and I don't know what is going on, and some other issues. So if you are here and you are watching me, you can also send your comment so that we can read them here. The time is already gone, so we are not going to waste much of your time, so we will just make it point and point. There are so many things that some of our friends, some of our colleagues, we don't know. The moment we decided to travel to any country, we have to at least study or know one of two things of that particular country that we want to travel to, especially in Libya here. If you are outside Libya, there are a whole lot of issues, there are a whole lot of messages and other things that you may hear about Libya. Libya is this and that, this and that. So before you step in here, at least try and see, or try and make it possible to learn something, to know where you want to go. At least you know a little bit about the country, so that you can go there peacefully and do whatever you want to do. So today, as I said, or I promised yesterday, if you are now watching me on Facebook, I'll read your comments from Facebook session, and if you are on YouTube, that one too, we can read that one from the comment section over here. So those who are watching me, you are most welcome. And straight away, let's move on to the particular reasons why I decided to meet my followers, especially my viewers on this particular platform. So today we are not going to use only Ghanaian language here. We are going to try to add another language, so that our viewers, especially our viewers on Facebook, most of them, they are not Ghanaians. So for them to also to take part in this particular program, we are going to do it in this way. So if now that you have joined me, kindly share it to your friends and loved ones. In fact, the time has already gone, so we are not going to waste much of our time. The question that I'm asking, or the education that I want us to educate ourselves, is that there are so many issues, there are so many things that we complain about Libya, and this and that and this and that. In fact, because we are not capable, we don't feel good in our countries, that is why we travel to other countries. I hope that one is one of our major things, or one of the key things that we travel from our own country. Second, to make life, or to get money to make life wherever we want to go. So if you're in Ghana, if you're in Nigeria, if you're watching me from Bangladesh, or wherever you are watching me, because I've seen so many Bangladesh people following me on Facebook, and Facebook Nigerians also follow me. So that is why sometimes, if we want to discuss issues about Libya like this, we want to use both languages, so that these people can also understand of participate in the program. So our friends or my colleagues from Ghana, this is how we are going to this. We are going to use both languages because on Facebook, I have more followers. Nigerians are the top leading country. The countries who follow me on Facebook. The Nigerians are the first, from there Bangladesh and these people. So if you are doing something and someone is beside you, the person did not understand the language or whatever you are discussing, it's like the person is there for nothing. The person is not going to benefit. So that is why when we want to discuss Libyan issues like this, we try and at least divert in the languages so that those people will also get understanding. So thank you very much. Jinyame, you said I should speak Chi. I will speak Chi. But as I said, we want to let our colleagues from Nigeria, because when you go to our platform on Facebook, apart from the people who watch me from Libya here, and the second country, or if I'll make it like this, if I'm to compare country by country, Libya and Nigeria is the first country. Ghana is about third or fourth country. Bangladesh and these people, and those people, they don't understand our language, that is Ghanaian language. So that is why if we have issues in Libya here and we want to discuss something about Libya here, most of my followers, especially on Facebook, apart from Libya, Nigeria is the second country. From there, that you see Ghana before Bangladesh, and the other countries also follows. So it means that Nigerian people, they follow that particular platform than Ghanaians. I don't know those watching me from Libya here. That is why I said if we choose to or if we leave Libya people, those who watch me from Libya aside, Nigeria is the second country before my country Ghana will come, and then the Bangladesh people. So that is why we want to use this language so that all of us can participate. Now, the issue at hand that I want us to talk about, those who followed me since I started this program a year and 10 months ago, I have tried my best. Sometimes we do some education, because we have some people in this country, they don't know anything about the country, just they heard that, oh, if you go to Libya, you can get money, you can get work, and this and that. They did not consider or did not ask anything about the country. So most of our friends, they enter Libya by realizing that they have done a mistake, because they thought when you come to Libya, you can behave or you can do as if you are in your own country, especially we the Ghanaians and the Nigerians, that we have these big problems. Because if you are in Ghana like this, especially my country like this, you can do anything that you would like. Anything that you like. If you are in Nigeria, I hope they also practice federal democracy, and this also over there. So you can do anything that you like. So when we travel from our own countries to other countries, especially in Libya here, because of the Quran, or most of them, they are Muslims. Yeah, most of them, they are Muslims, and based on the religion, the rules and the regulations in the Islamic or in the Muslim religion, sometimes you will see there are so many things that the Quran did not allow you to do. Even those Muslims from our countries, when they come here, at least they see something different. It's not all the things that they see here, the things that they they went through in Ghana. When you come here, you see a little bit some changes here. So what I'm trying to say, this evening is that whenever you want to travel to any country, apart from your country that you were born, try and at least ask one of two things. Know exactly the do's and don'ts, at least some few things about the country before you go there. Now, if I'm to remind you, last year on the 1st October, many foreigners were arrested here due to some activities, due to some doings in the country. Now, last week, if you followed our news, the stories that we brought out, most of them is about the foreigners in the country. Most of them, you don't know the do's and don'ts. Yet, some of the messages or some of the news, that some of the informations reaching us is always, it is not good. It is not good. Frankly speaking, it is not good. Sometimes we know the country that we are in here. We came here purposely to work for money and go back to our countries. By looking at some of activities, some of our doings, it will not help at all. It will not help at all. Look at this story. Let me place this one so that you can have a look at it. Now, looking at this story, according to the information here, they said some of them they are Sudanese, some of them from other countries. They just go out there and steal electricity, the copper wire. As I'm speaking right now, at my area, we have light train problem some few weeks ago, because we have heard some of the cables of the electricity, people have started stealing them. People are still manipulating the cables. So for about 2 weeks ago, we are not having a stable electricity at my area. So I just want to use this opportunity and advise our friends, our colleagues. You see, if you are in your country, maybe, or let me put it in that way, maybe you can do that. But when you go to somebody's country, these people have been arrested and they say they are foreigners. So when they name or when they heard these doings, these things, the foreigners who are doing it, sometimes that is where, if they want to arrest somebody, assuming, or for example, if all of us are at one place and one of us go out there and misbehave, because these people, they don't know the difference. They don't know the difference between Nigerians, Ghanaians, Cameroonians, Sudanese, and this and that. What they know is the black people. So if anything bad happens at the area where you live, they will find every means to arrest all the black people at that area. So it is time for us to at least do a little bit away from all these things. Last year, or 2022, I made a video. I was speaking about this kidnapping issue. Yet, some of our friends, some of our colleagues are still doing it. When they track these people and you are not able to catch the exact people, or if you are not able to give out the exact person, the people, the black people staying around that area, all of them are going to be affected. So sometimes I do advise, and we know this country is not like our own countries that we came from. As I use my country as an example, If I'm in my country, I can used to sleep with many women, many girls that I like a day or whatever. But here, it is not allowed. If I'm in my country, if I like to take alcohol, if I like to drink anything, take anything, smoke anything, I can hide anywhere and do it. But here, if you are not lucky and they heard this thing and that thing is ongoing, the people staying around, all of them are going to be affected. So let's try and at least do away from all these criminal activities. Last week, I had information, I couldn't publish it because sometimes I would try to save my friends, our colleagues from other countries, because we all know, we all admit that if even your brother steal your ruba, just a ruba, and you report that person to the police, and you stand there looking at how they will treat that person, you will never and ever be happy. So sometimes people try to cover others, but others, if you cover someone today, tomorrow the same person will go ahead and do the same thing somewhere. For how many times, for how long, even since I started this program, this social media program, 2020, I have about 2 or 3 content that I have done to advise our colleagues, foreigners from other countries who are here. When you come here, don't forget the reason why you travel all the way from your country, especially the Ghanaians and the Nigerians. Look at where our country is. Travel all the way through desert to enter this town, to come here for something. So don't forget the reason why you travel from that long journey. Look at the suffering, look at the difficulties that you've gone through before you reach the country. So if you steal someone's property or something and the person reports you, if you stand there looking at what they will do to that person, you will never and ever be happy to report your brother or your sister. But some few weeks coming, the report, the information that we are receiving here is not encouraging at all. Some of them, I cannot post them. Some of them, you cannot do anything with it, because if you post or if you try to do something on it, it will go and affect all the foreigners. But all these informations also, you can see them on the social media. Sometimes some of the informations that we see on the social media, especially some of the newspapers, they publish them. So if you see this one or someone ask you the reasons why this thing has happening, and you know the truth, if you tell the truth, your brother or your sister is going to be affected. That person will not be escorted free. But if you don't tell the truth, you and that person is going to be in the same state. You are going to be punished. You are going to where you are not supposed to go, because you want to save a brother, you want to save a sister. So guys, I just came today to advise so that we will know the reasons why we came here. If you forgot the reason why you came here, or if you have reached some period or the place that you are, sometimes this is what people used to do. Sometimes we don't want to tell the tricks and this thing. Last last 2 months or 3 months ago, there was a video someone posted to me, and looking at the activities, looking at the criminal thing our own brothers are doing to our own sisters. If you try to post that video, if you try to publish that information, it will gonna affect all the foreigners. By those people, they have made their mind that this is what they are going to do to get the money. That is their mentality. That is the reason why they are still in the country. If you know you are tired, it is better you go back to your country. If you know you are tired, it is better that you find another job. Those who are doing construction work, in fact, it is very, very hard work. So if you get to a point and you know you cannot do that work again, you can divert, you can change to other, instead of doing things that is criminal, doing things that is unlawful, doing things that will bring problem to many foreigners in the country. So this is very, very important, and I just want to draw our colleagues' attention, because this particular information I've seen, I have noticed this on Facebook and other platforms. People are sharing it, but it is not good. Now, last week in our news bulletin, we made a post about our friends, 2 friends who tried to kidnap a woman. In fact, we had everything here, but we couldn't give the details. If you try to post all these things, it will gonna affect all the foreigners. But if you don't, yet people have made it their mind that that is the only thing that they can use to get money in this country. So sometimes that is why I wrote this caption: why the foreigners always complaining. Sometimes it is our own doings, sometimes it is our activities, how we plan, how we do our things in the country, that brought all these calamities, that brought all these problems to us. Looking at last year, there was 2 foreigners. I know them. They tried to go to Zwara, by the way they were dressed, their activities, everything that they did, in fact, it go against the country's law. Even not this country, in my country, Ghana, that we are practicing democracy, Nigeria, that we are practicing democracy, Sudan and other countries that we came from, dress in a woman dress. There are so many things. Sometimes you see men, they are in a woman's dress, standing on the street, standing somewhere, begging for money, which is not, and it is illegal, and it is criminal. So sometimes when people are harassing us, we will complain that they are harassing us. In fact, I thank God since I enter this country. I thank God. The reason why I'm thanking God, I'm praising God, is that there are so many things that people that I met, they were doing. I sat down, I think, I put things into consideration. I consider where I came from. So I just examined myself from them. I just limited my activities. Some of them, even one of that guy is still in the hot waters. But I thank God, since I came here, If they say don't go here, I tried my best to be law abiding. I have never been in such a situations. Since I came here, only document that I can say some of the militaries met me. At that time, I was not having any document. When they collected that they want, that is all. Since I came here, if they say you need a document, the money that you work for, use some to obtain your document. Now we are lucky, Nigerians, you have an embassy who issue passport. We have Ghanaians who your embassies, they are all here. They are issuing passport. They are issuing everything genuine to you. And there are some secrets we don't know, that if you have all this documentation, it helps you. It helps a lot. But because we don't know, because of those who came here for a very long time, they are having this mentality to turn people's idea from making document. But I thank God, since I started everything, I have all these things, yet I try to make sure do's and don'ts. I try to be law abiding, and I can tell you the number of years that I have spent here, I have never been in any trouble like this or anything like this. So that is why I was just asking that why some of us always we complain, why some of us we always shouting, we are always crying. If it is work aspect or working aspect, that one, those who have stayed here for a very long time, you know it. There are some seasons, or the more we have foreigners in this country, the more our work also go down, the prices and this thing. So that one, we know it. But to arrest people here, going here, tomorrow you see foreigners are selling women here. Our friends Nigerians, they are selling Nigerian women. Our friends Ghanaians, they are selling Nigerian women. They are doing this. People are portraying in drugs and other things. You see, in the October case that happened, the information that we had, it was not a general thing that they planned to do. But when they started the track down, that is where they realized that most of the foreigners are in these activities. Most of the foreigners are in drugs. So that is why they kept on arresting many people. Look at many international organizations were involved. They spoke about it. But the question that they were asking, or after they arrested all these people, in fact, we all saw what happened. We all saw what happened. Later on, they were demanding document. They were demanding document. And bear in mind, you know, this country, they decided to go on election on last month, 24th. So due to that, and we all know the security services, the security issues in the country, because since this revolution started, there are so many armed groups in the country that does not belong to the Libyans. They are different armed groups. So we have a way of handling a document in a situation like this. People are complaining, my document have been received, my document has been done this, my documents have been in this and that. A situation like this, we have means and ways of handling document. So if they are demanding for document, let's try, if you want to really stay here, to guess what you came here for, I will advise for you to do or find your document. Because now, if we are lucky and they were able to hold the elections last month, we won't know what will happen. We don't know. And countries like this, as I said, there are so many things that I don't want to reveal or I don't want to say on public like this. If you want to be safe, it is good when you have your original document. Because at first, they didn't know the original and the fake ones, because people were using fake ones. So as I said, now our embassies are functioning, they are working. So if you want to stay here, I will advise you find a document to secure your life. If you have your document, try and make some photocopies and keep the original one in the house. Then use the copies that you have. If you have the original copies or you have your document, there are so many advantages. Yes, there are so many advantages. For me, everything that you see around me, I just use my document. Anything that I'm doing, I just use my document, and it is working. It is working. It is working. So I will just use this opportunity also to advise our friends, our colleagues who do not have document. If your brother or your sister want to come here, advise the person to at least obtain an original passport. If you enter here, make sure you receive your entry, your ikama, that is the residence, your HIV/AIDS pataka, and other documents. If you have all of them, you are safe. You are safe. And our mentality also should be good, because sometimes people complain about especially the document. People are complaining the document, it is not safe, it is not working. I have mine with me and it is working. It is working. Yeah, it is working. One thing that we don't know, if you are working with a Libyan and you have your document, everything, that person afraid you. It's one secret, but we don't know. All my SIM card that I'm using here, I use my own document, and it is very cheap. It is very cheap. The SIM card that we buy from other people outside, how much do you buy them? The least one, 60 dinars, 70 dinars, 80 dinars. You use it for 1 month, 2 months. Some of them even not up to a week. The person will go and close it and just give it to another person. But if you go to the office, you have your document, you can get a Madar SIM with 30 dinars credit. 30 dinars. And nobody can cancel that SIM card also. And you can use it for anything that you like. If you go to Libya, the same thing. We have 5 dinar SIM card, 30 dinar SIM card, 70 dinar SIM card. For Libya, it is in range. It depends the type of SIM card that you want, the type of network that you want. For the Libya side, it is there, 5 dinars. And nobody can close it, nobody can cancel it. All these beneficiaries, all these benefits are there, but we don't know. But the SIM card that we buy from the Libyans and other friends and other people, you don't use it. Some of them, within a week time, they just close it and give it to another person. So they are not reliable as well. But if you have your document, you can have everything. You can have all these things. Aside that, we have this Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi that we use for our video house. If you have your residence, you can have your HIV pataka. When you are sick, you can go to the hospital. They will receive it, looking at your passport. You have your entry, you have your resident, everything in. They will just treat you. They will treat you. But because we don't have all these things, when we are sick, we are afraid to go to hospital. Because we don't have all these things, when we want SIM card, we have to consult someone. It's like you are hiring it. You are hiring it for 1 month, 2 months, a year. They will just cancel it. But if you have your own document, you have your passport with your entry stamp, you have your residence, everything, you go to Mada office. When you go there, they will ask you, how many SIM card do you want? At least, you can get 2 or 1. And for Mada, they will give it to you 30 dinars, and you have 30 dinars credit on it. And nobody can close it. Nobody can even do anything. If you lost your phone, you just take your particulars and go to the office. They will give it to you back. So all these things are advantages, but we don't know. So guys, on the document side, this is the advice and this is the education that I want to make. Because in our last story, they said these people, they were hid in a truck loaded with goods. They were hid in a truck loaded with goods. So these people were arrested because they are what? Illegal. When we say you are illegal, meaning you don't have document. Meaning you don't have document. So cases like this, you cannot say anything. If you call your embassy when they come here or when they go there, they don't have anything to say, because the question, because I have been with my embassy going out and coming, they will ask you, what shows that this person is a Ghanaian, or this person is a Nigerian, or this person is a Sudanese, or this person is that? Only document that can prove that you are a Ghanaian or you are this and this and that. And now, at first, they were not able to read English. So people can just fake things and use it. But now, if you are not lucky and you are being caught, in fact, you will be very wanted. Because now, especially for Ghanaians, we have everything. We have the system. We do the biometric passport. So if you have the old one and you want to change it, you have a chance to do that. Nigerians, last time I went to your embassy, I spoke and they gave me everything about your distance, and I posted it. Even the time they started going out to find a way and means to serve you guys, I posted everything on my page for you to follow, so that you can also have your document. So for the document issue, it's very, very important. It's very, very important. Sometimes we complain about airline and this thing and that time. If you have your document and you are tired, if you want to go to Nigeria, if you want to go to Ghana, now Egypt line is working. If you're a Ghanaian, you can travel. Now we have Ghanaians who are also offering services. If you want to go to Ghana, Lodna Air Transport Service, they are also there. If you go and later you want to come back, because you have your residence, the only thing that you need is your plane ticket. The only thing that you need is your plane ticket. because you have the residence in your passport. Maybe only Libya here that you can come to get something. Maybe you don't have money to go to the other countries. So Libya is your choice. So those people that I'm advising today, those who don't have any other choice or any other opportunity to go to other countries, and Libya is your choice, when you come here, please and please try as much as possible and find a proper document. If you work and you are tired, you can take your airline and go anywhere you want. You can take a transit and other means to go back to your country. So that one also is there. Let me see. You can also bring your comment. I'll read them. Anointing King GH says, please, we have to do embassy card more than 3 months. We have never received it. Okay. Anointing King, for 3 months embassy card. Really? Did you go there yourself or somebody collected it for you? For embassy card, what I know is some people are far away from Tripoli. Sometimes they give their money and their particulars to someone to go and do it for them. So for that one, you consult the person that led you. But if you go there yourself, why you didn't receive it? Because any card that we send there, especially me, if I send it, and it is many, they will give me a day. I'll go there and collect them back and share it or give it to the people. So I don't know if you go there yourself, how possible for 3 months embassy card. Anointing. Okoye no hwan na receive you na hwan na wode ma no eye den e na 3 months won sanka. For that one, okay. Let me put my number here. Later on you can call me so that we know how to help those people. Because for embassy card, that is what I know. And if you're a Ghanaian and you want to register for the biometric passport, the process are not it is not hard. The only thing that they need is your birth certificate. I hope the same thing applies to Nigerian one, because the information that they gave to me the other day, I published them. I saw all these things. You obtain your birth certificate for the first time applying for the passport. And the Ghana one, now everything is on internet. They have programmed everything on internet. So if you come to my side, or if you see anyone who can assist you to fill the form, you fill the form on internet, then you book an appointment. That one is good. I like that system, because at first people just go there crowded and everything. By now, you sit in your house, you fill the form, then you choose the right day and the time you want to go there. So it is not by force you go there and this and that. And they will just accumulate all the list. So they have a number of people that they will attend each day. So after you fill the form, you apply, or you fill an appointment form. So the day and the time that you choose, that day that you go there and pay the money. When you pay the money, they will issue you a receipt. So when the passport comes, they will just give it to us. We will publish them as we used to do. or they will call you so that you go for it. So that is that. And I'm thinking, I send it to Mr. Sand. Okay, I'm redaling now. You are redaling. Okay, you send it through Mr. Sante. Mr. Sante. Okay, right from this program. Okay, tomorrow I'll call him and ask, because what I know, at first he used to give it to me. I'll fill the form because I was having some of the form. They gave me some of the forms. So if someone need the card, I'll just fill everything. You bring your passport picture, then we go. Because it is many, sometimes we collect it many, we gather them, then we send it. Because it is many, sometimes they just put it there, you write your name on it. So when they finish all of them, they'll call you, or you go there and collect it. When you collect it, then you send it back to those people. So that is how we used to do. So Rodalen. I quite remember a month ago or 2 months ago, that there were some people, they came to me. I filled everything and I gave it to Asante to go and collect it. He said he has receiving it and given to those already. So I don't know if yours is part. I don't know. I'll call him later and find out. What was the name that you used on that particular ID card? Because there were 3 people. No, these people, they were from just this place, not Rodalen. So I'll ask him and see how best he can also help you. I don't think more a chirino. Opesa on saka ID card no bia. You know that the purpose that we use the ID card, no, it's like, as I'm sitting here, I have ID card, I have my passport with residence, everything in it. I have my HIV, pataka, everything. It is good because sometimes when you go out, they will ask you, when waraga, as you know, when waraga. Men waraga. When waraga. And he said, Yebusa was say, ukuta ID card, ubedi kana ID card. So if you have the passport and the ID card, when they ask you when waraga, just show them the ID card. But when they ask you passport, that is where you bring the passport. But sometimes they will ask you when passport. Now, what could you ID card? You see, it's like Yabusa say, kohwe se obi yare, yade ben no yare. Na wo ba na wo beka se watiapo. Enye question na Yabusa wo no, en ano ena wayi no. You see, the time I decided to change my SIM card, I went to Libyan office. So I was using the ID card one. I showed them the ID card one, but they were insistent. So they said I should go home and bring the original, the booklet itself. So they didn't know I was having a residence in the passport. So I just go back and bring the passport. The moment the man opened the passport, he just stood there and laughed at me. He said, wow. So he was very happy. So he started to just asking me some questions and we were making friends over there. So after he filled everything, he asked me, how many SIM card do I need? And I was just sure. I don't know how much that I said, oh, I need only 2. So he gave me 2. 5 dinars. So I gave the other one to a friend. You see. So all these things are cheap. But because you don't have the proper document, you cannot go, you cannot buy them. You go outside and buy. Tomorrow, the next day, they'll just close it. They'll just cancel it. So they are not reliable. They are not reliable. Now, if that's sin, or let's say if I lost my phone, I can go back. I have the document. I have the papers in the house. You go there. They'll just give you your number back to you. So it is safe. It is safe. But if you don't have all these things, you cannot use them. So guys, let's try a little bit and see if we can do it. Okay, and I'm thinking it is 27, but I have received 110. Okay, it's left with 17 copies up to now. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Tomorrow, I'll make sure I'll work on that for, because Asante is closer to me. Sometimes when I go to that place, we all move together because he's a close friend of mine. So I'll just work on that for me. That is why sometimes I like to meet you guys out there so that we can have such a cases, so that we report or we find out for you. The time we were doing this passport issue, I hope Nigerians, they also brought their issue. So I went to their embassy premises and I spoke with the some of the workers and the consular. In fact, I didn't meet the consular officer himself, but they gave me a chance. They explained everything to me, and later on they brought out a document showing that they are going around from Tripoli to Misrata and other towns to register people to obtain passports. So I hope that one also was a good step that we took. So we are not doing this thing for ourselves, but we are just doing it to serve especially the foreigners, and we are using it also to educate ourselves. So set Amankwa, okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So sometimes we have some informations. We try to cover our people, but some of our activities, some of our doings, we cannot cover it. In fact, you see, last time we met, I promised that our weekend news, I will bring it, but all the stories that I have here is not interesting at all. So if we try to post all these things out there, it will not benefit us, and it will not go and help all of us. If you try to post, one thing that I've noticed is that anything about a black people in this country, if you don't take care and you always publish them, one day it will affect many people. But sometimes our people, our colleagues who are in these criminal activities, who are in these doings, if you advise them, they don't take advice. They don't take advice. That is why sometimes we try to post some of them so that they will be mindful of all these things. Before the incident of the 1st October 2021 issue, I made a video about those kidnapping and this and that issue. In fact, I was having some team. There are some people in Misrata, there are some people in Sabah and Benghazi. We were collaborated to do a video about that particular incident. So I made a video and I said something that happens on that particular day. Look at the people who were affected. Yet people are still in a detention center. Yet people are still suffering. We know the condition in the country. So it is better, it is good. We know where we are coming from and what we came here for. I hope these are the two major things that we need to bear in mind in every step that we will make, everything, everywhere that we want to go, we have to put all these things into consideration, because I strongly believe that because our country is not helping us, because we are not getting what we are getting here in our country, that is why we came here. So if later on we forgot all these things and try to live as if we are Libyans, if we try and behave as if we are in our own country, sometimes people do forget where they are. Sometimes you see some of our friends, in fact, they are drunk, they cannot control themselves. So sometimes you have to find a taxi and pick the person home, you drop the person home to secure him, or to find a place for the person. It is not good. For my country, you can drink anything that you like, you can lie outside, but here, you all know, here you cannot sleep outside. Here you cannot sleep outside. Last month, look at the people, they kept them at the detention center. Some of them, they were outside. They have made a tent and they were sleeping there. They did not allow them. Here, people don't sleep outside. But in my country, you can drink anywhere and sleep anywhere you like. Nobody will say anything to you. But here, no. Sometimes, if you're holding a shisha or a bottle of water, and you meet a police or you meet someone, sometimes now they are smart. They can ask you a water. So if you refuse to give them, then they think that you are holding an alcohol or something like this. And look at this thing people hold, people carrying outside, moving it from one place to another without afraid, without considering anything. By later on, when this person is arrested, the most painful thing in this thing is that when that person is arrested, the people around that area, all of them are going to be affected, because sometimes, as I said earlier, they don't know the difference between this person and that person. So if anyone commits at your area and you are not able to come out with that person, that it is this person or that person who does this or who did this, all of you are going to be affected. So last time I made a video and I told this, I said this, that if you are in an area and someone is misbehaving and you want your peace, it is better that you report the person before it is too late. Because sometimes they will not come and just ask for this person or that person. The people in the house. Sometimes, if you are not lucky, the people around that area, all of them are going to be affected. But these people are not stopping these activities or these doings also. So how are we going to handle them? Okay, you can also send your comments. I'll read them, or any problem that we can support you to find a solution to that. So, okay, those on Facebook, okay, thank you very much. So I don't want to waste much of your time. Look at the story in our news last week. Our brothers, two brothers from Nigeria, they tried to kidnap a Nigerian woman, your own sister from your own country. You see, sometimes all these things I don't understand. Before you see a brother or a sister in a hardship condition, deep down there, you see that this thing that they are doing, it is one of his or her brother who is behind all these things. That is the most painful thing. Sometimes before you see an Arab man kidnapping a black man or a black woman, you see that he is selling that person to a black person. Alabo cannot sell a black person to Alabo to use that person for what? To use that person for what? But we, the blacks, before they will kidnap a woman, it is the blacks who sell the woman to another black. Before they kidnap a black person, you see that behind the scene, his own brother or someone from his country or his neighbor is part of that activities. So guys, I just came out and advised that let's all stay harmony. Let's all keep on doing what they ask us to do. There are so many things that they don't, they needed not to see it at all. But those things, so I'll just end here, and I thank all of you guys for supporting this particular channel to this far. It is not my strength, it is not by my mind, but the Lord and your support that has brought us to this far. So thank you very much, those who watch me from Facebook, those who watch me on YouTube. Thank you very much. Keep on following me. We are ready to serve you. Any information, anything that can help us all as a foreigners in this country, we are ready to do that. So all that we need from you is to follow, you share the video, you comment. If you have a problem, you can send it to us, as we did to our fellow Nigerians last time. So if you have a problem like this our brother reported, we are going to trace it, we are going to work on it so that everything will work for us. Ghanaians who are outside Tripoli, if you want to offer, or if you want a passport, that one too, you can pick my number. If you pick my number, I'll tell you, I'll take you through and give you the guidelines that you can use to register and have your passport also. And also, let me use this as an announcement. Sometimes I do receive messages from our brothers, our sisters in our country, especially the Nigerians and the Ghanaians. As I'm speaking right now, I have so many people asking me, I want to come to Libya, I want to come to Libya, and this and that and this and that. I want to use this opportunity and ask all of them, those in Nigeria, those in Ghana. I'm not a connection man. I've said this several times, but if you want to come here, that is why I'm doing this education. Before you travel to any country, know the reason why you are going there. So sometimes, if someone asks you, if you're in Libya here and someone asks you, I want to come to Libya, please guide the person. Tell him or her the truth. If really you want to come, just direct the person to the right path. Because now if you want to travel by desert to this country, it won't work for you. It's not easy like that. It's not easy like that. So before you come here, I'll advise to find yourself a document. To find yourself a document. Coming to Libya by desert is an olden days issue. Nowadays, you know, about 6 months ahead. By June, they are going to have an election. So some of the borders, they are closing some of the borders, especially the Niger and other Algerian borders. As you are aware, Tunisia border was closed some few months ago. So if you don't tell your friend the truth, and he passed through all the way from Ghana or from Nigeria, before you get here, that person will be regretted. Look at this report that I was talking about. Last week, these people were hiding in a truck loaded with goods. So when the police arrest them, they ask their document. They asked for their document. None of them were having a document because they were new people. They don't have anything. So in this case, what is going to happen, we don't know. Because last 2 weeks, about 1,000 people were deported to Niger from Sabah, because they said the armed groups, you know, there are so many armed groups in the country. So because of the election, they want to eliminate, they want to cross-check every corner. So in their mind, they were thinking that some of the foreigners are part of these armed groups. So they don't want anybody who don't have document. Because if you don't have document, they don't know where you are coming from and your aim or your purpose of coming here. So definitely they will arrest you. When they arrest you, you will find yourself worried, because they will think that you are part of these armed groups. And they said it is these people, these illegal migrants, some of them, they involve themselves in these armed groups and other things. So now that is the plans. So if you want to come here, the only advice that I'll give, I don't know the reason why you are coming here, but it is better you find yourself a document and enter into the country by a proper means. If I say proper means, not only means is proper, because now they want to construct that road from desert to Niger. So precisely that road will link to Agadez. So there will be a patrol. There will be a patrol because they want a development in the country. So any secret things, any things that are hinder, they want to reveal, they want to open up everything. So if you are not lucky and you are being arrested, in fact, you find yourself worried. So guys watching me from Nigeria and other countries, if you understand what I'm trying to say, just go. And also, if you are in already, just try every possible means to find a document. If you have your passport, you can get someone, the Libyan, your landlord, to guarantee for you to get your distance, your residence. You see, the one interesting thing in this resident issue that we don't know, the first time that you are going to apply, if the next year you want to renew, you are not going to pay the same amount. It will reduce. So as you are renewing it, it will get to a point that you get a nice document. As our brothers, our sisters in other countries also obtain. The same system is here, but because we don't know, we don't know, that is why always we put ourselves in these programs. So I would just advise that if you are here, try every possible means to find your passport, register, find your residence and everything, so that you can secure your stay in Libya. If you have all these documents and you don't know how to handle it, that one also is a problem. So that is why sometimes I try to educate people so that you know how to handle them. Thank you very much, those who watch me from Facebook. May God bless you for your time. Those who watch me on YouTube too, thank you very much for your time. On GH Libya TV, on Facebook, the GH Libya TV group on Facebook, that one, we've made it a group. You can post, you can do everything there. But one thing that I've seen right now or recently is that there is something, we call it a ghost tagging. You are not a member of group, but when someone posts his or her message, because that particular message or that particular video or program is getting an attention, that is where you see people coming from outside. They are not part of the group, but they will just tagging people with messages which are not true. People come there to advertise this malam and this and that, this and that. You know, that one is against our rules and regulations over there. Especially this message is going to our friends on Facebook, GH Libya TV on Facebook. That is what the problem that we are having there. So that is why we have made some restrictions. We have put some restrictions on that. If you share a program and that program contains some words, that program will automatically decline. That program cannot be on the platform. But if you want to post something good, when you send it, our administrators will approve it for you. But there are some messages, as I said, they are not allowed on the platform. We are here to educate, we are here to entertain, we are here to learn, we are here to inform. So each and everyone on the platform can post on the platform, but according to the rules and the regulations on the platform. Thank you very much. I hope we are all going to abide by the rules and regulations. Sometimes people comment with an advert. If I say an advert, when someone posts and people are commenting, the person will come from behind. That person is not part of the group, but that person will come and just tag another person and start making some advert. This malam helped me to grow, and this. In fact, that message at all, let me put it straight. We don't need those informations. Please, this is my humble request. We don't need those messages, because there are so many people who are on the social media, especially Facebook, deceiving others. So on our platform, if you want to post that message, we are not going to approve them. Sometimes you see people tag others and we remove the tag and delete some of the messages. We are not happy on those things. We are not happy to have that thing. You have the right to motivate people. You can bring that messages. You can, sometimes you see if some of the messages are needed, we approve it. But if the message is not good, if the message will not help us or it go against our rules and regulations, we will not approve it. So that is that. Thank you very much for watching me. Thank you very much. Let me see if there's a comment on Facebook. I'll read it, then I'll end the program here. Anointing King, he said, we are all watching you live from Ghanaians Youth Association in Redalen. Good work done by all standard. I am the PRO for the good. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Anointing King. Anointing King, pick my number. It is late, so tomorrow call me so that we negotiate and see how best I can help you to receive your your ID cards. So if you are watching me around Redalen, Zuara, and other town, all of you go and join the Redalen group so that you can have a cordial relationship. I hope the last time we came there, you were there. The last time I came there with our ambassador, we came Redalen to meet with Ghanaian people. I hope you were there. Okay, so thank you very much. We are here to help, to support each other. That is why when I started, I make this clear that this program that I'm doing here, I'm not doing it for myself, but to help all of us. As I'm sitting here, people are watching me far away from Bangladesh. People are watching me far away from Nigeria. People are watching me far away from Benghazi and this Tripoli and other areas. But at first, we were not having anything like this. So if something is going on, we find it difficult to hear, to see, to know what to do. But now, once we have this opportunity, let's all support. And we are not here to harass, we are not here to intimidate, we are not here to do harm to anybody. We are here as brothers and sisters. In fact, I have so many Nigerian friends. Some of them, they are women, they are outside, they are somewhere. Sometimes they send us some messages. So if you are in Redalen and something is going there and it will help our people, you can send it through my number. We will give you the time. Sometime we will just make it in our subsequent bulletin, news bulletin. Or if we need to make a report to our Ghana embassy, I have the right to do that one also, because I always go there. Everywhere that they go, you see me, I'm with them. So that is why I decided to, have this advantage for you guys out there, so that you all support, you all bring your problems here, then we also forward it to the right office so that you can find a solution for that. So Anointing King, thank you very much. Okay, you were there. Okay, thank you very much. So we are not doing it for ourselves, but let's all come together. You see, when you go to Italy, the Italian people, they have even one. Let me make it this clear. The time Italy people started receiving our videos, they said, wow, so now Libya, you have your own channel. But Italy here, we don't have it. Italy, apart from Mr. Francis Magrahab also is not doing a content like that. He's just doing his funny videos. So they were amazed. So we have so many people, our friends, they are outside there, they want to hear how we are doing, how things are going on here. So they were amazed. Even I have people from US of A, some years back. People are calling me, oh, I was in Libya, 1919, this and that. Oh, I'm happy to hear you. Oh, how, you see. So it is good for us and it will help us. It will help everybody. Look at the time these people were arrested, we were able to post it, and many people were, it reached many people, and they were able to position themselves very well. Look at what started last month in Sabah when armed crashes were going. We were able, people help us. So wherever you are, if something is going on there and you want people to have it, you can post it to us, but please, we need authentic information and reliable information. Sometimes people send information to us, we don't publish them because they don't seem to be reliable. That is why we don't post them. So we thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our friends from Nigeria, you are also doing an amazing work, especially the Facebook, GH Libya TV on Facebook. That one is for you. That is why whenever we are streaming on that particular platform, we don't want to use Ghana language. But if you want to discuss Ghana issues, that's where we move on to David TV GH. David TV GH. That one is for Ghana issues. That one we use typical Ghana language. But for the YouTube, all the live programs that we've decided to do, we always stream both platforms because we have some people watching us on YouTube. They are not on Facebook. So we don't want to go here and come here and come here. Once we have the chance, we have to do it once and for all. So we thank you very much. Yadamunyina se already in Shiramu. And I'm on support. In fact, Yeshe Jumadi we are seno. Na ye ne and da so say ebetumi aduru baby aduri ene amanfo e friend from all over the world omohunu adwuma ekoso de e kan say awrade nhira mo monso mo support de hia ne say wonso wonsaka na wo de amawnu say menua wonso tie bi na wonso fa mo bi foforo eba no sa ema adwuma no ekoso na afenso ehye animonyam yeda munyina se mo munya abre behwe mi nyina no de be kase awrade enhyira mo mo anya kwan so na akire mu ba behwe nso no de e kan say awrade enhyira mo. May the almighty God help you and support you everywhere you go in all your doings. Please, let's try and be a law-abiding in this country to find the reasons why we came here, to find what we need. When you get it, you can go back to your country and establish your businesses and everything there. But here, do according to what the law says. If you do that, you will be free and free forever. May the Lord God help all of us. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.